Good morning. It's Vijay here. Today is Monday, 9th of February 2025, 2026. Welcome to another episode of Pre-Market Commentary. Today, the question which we ask is 2026 India's 1991 moment? What I mean by that is this, that in 1991, when I started my career, India was in deep trouble as far as economics were concerned. We had no, really hardly any forex reserves, only about 3 weeks. We were on the verge of default. We had pledged our gold to the Bank of England, and India was considered a basket case as far as the Western economies were concerned. However, the 1991 budget opened up India's economy, India's trade, and therefore from then onwards, the growth of the new India started, in my opinion. Why opinion? It's also facts. Now, when the 1991 budget was unveiled, I was very closely associated with the market at that point of time. A lot of criticism saying that India has sold out to the Western hemisphere, and the people will come from England, Europe, and US, and come and butcher our industries because they will set up with greater technology, and our technology will be no match, and we will lose jobs, and it will become automated, and the price of goods which they will export will be much cheaper than what we manufacture, and therefore the local industry will collapse. Now, just look back and see whether that actually happened or something else happened. Since 1991, India has grown tremendously, and from a backward country, so-called backward country at that point of time, today we are the fourth largest country in terms of GDP. So that is what happens when you open the doors to competition. So the domestic manufacturers, domestic service providers will rise up as they've done in 1991, is my belief. So today what we are seeing, the opening up of doors, especially with the recent two major trade agreements between EU and US, which are now being met with huge criticism, saying India has given up everything, India has become a slave to America, India is also on the back foot as far as EU is concerned, is generally the sentiment among a lot of people. However, all they need to do is to read history, go back to 1991, and see what Indian industry and Indian intelligentsia at that time were talking about. This is an echo of the same thing which happened then. India rose to become one of the global leaders. I believe strongly that this opening of the doors now, with tariffs being reduced dramatically, will pave for foreign investment to come both at the FDI and FII, though it may not happen immediately because the deals have not been inked. Like US deal will be inked only in sometime in March. It could get delayed. EU deal will get fructified or operational only in early 2027. But as they say, the markets discount the future. If markets are going to discount the future, the time to be in the markets is now, is what I believe. And we are positioned to take advantage of that. Though the critics and the naysayers may say that it is bad for India, we feel it is very good for India. And therefore, we are fully invested. Whatever you do, I hope it is successful. Thank you for joining me.